Hello everyone, welcome back to another gameplay glimpse here on PSNStores.com or YouTube.com/PSNStores, looking at RBI Baseball, the 2017 edition. What's really to say about RBI Baseball? There's maybe a good amount of things to say. Well, I shouldn't say good. Some things to say about it. I can go out and say it. I think this year's game is a kind of a big step backwards for the RBI series. I've reviewed the previous two versions, and I plan on reviewing this one as well. So the previous two versions in RBI 15, RBI 16, both had online multiplayer. But this version of the game, it is nowhere to be found so far. I guess multiplayer is coming in a patch sometime soon. Here I'm just kind of playing around the menus. I also looked at like roster updates. I got the latest rosters. They will be doing that throughout the season. You can look at statistics from my season. You can look at standings, things like that. I'm playing a 52 game season, 56 game season, and I'm just gonna start up this game where the orange Marlins uniforms was my favorite. Playing against the Tampa Bay Rays. And I actually think this game only goes 6 innings, because I think I completely run ruled the Rays, and I'm actually playing on normal difficulty. I think I get a trophy out of it as well too. Anyways, there's your kind of pitching controls. It plays pretty much the same as last year's game. Honestly, this is pretty much the same game, except there is no online multiplayer. There's no online multiplayer. And I don't know if the game is getting worse, like gameplay-wise, but it definitely doesn't feel as good as it used to. It's like right there is a great example. My first baseman clearly could have got that, but I do get the guy out at third. It's just a lot of misses like that. They seem to be running a lot in the beginning of this game. Again, I am the Marlins playing the Tampa Bay Rays. Just a lot of inconsistencies I've found with it. You'll see later in the game that I just get plunked. It's kind of a thing I've noticed that pitchers like to set up inside to throw against you. And if you just crowd the plate, there's a good amount of chance that they're just going to hit you with the ball. And it's just going to be a good thing to get you on base. And it works pretty well. But there's 3 difficult. Yeah, there's the first one. Just crowd the plate, guy will hit you. I don't really remember it being like that in previous versions, but I find that pretty funny. Stadiums look pretty much the same. There might be a few new animations. I'm not too sure. Pitchers still get worn down pretty easy. A lot of times pitchers will get like replaced in like the 3rd inning. You can do a little check swing there if you just tap the X button. But yeah, stadiums pretty much look the same. Like the menu looks a little bit different. I mean, from the beginning of the game. I don't know if it's because it's a. It's kind of my theory here. Every time we started up previous RBI games, it had HB Studios announced to the project, and MLB Advanced Media. But with this one, see, like that guy clearly could have had that at third, but the ball just goes right by him. I didn't really remember that being that much of a problem in previous RBI games. But yeah, going back to what I was mentioning, HB Studios, I guess, was showcased as like one of the developers in the last 2 RBI games. But they are nowhere to be seen, I guess, in the credits of this game. And what I mean by credits, I guess, I mean just the opening of the game. Like, the loading screens and such. So even with that, I had to manually move my guy from third to home. He just didn't run automatically. But I feel like the moving controls are fine enough. So, like, let's say I wanted my guy from second to go to third. I would just move the analog stick over to the left, and then I would press square, and he would run forward. If I wanted him to go back, I would point at second base, and then I would press X. It does kind of sound a little complicated, but I think it works pretty well. I guess I've been playing these games for going on 3 years now. I pretty much know how the system works for the most part. Same sound effects. Not much has changed. I think I get a base hit right up the middle. And we're up 2-0. There's another base hit. And everybody's going to be safe. You can still see in the outside, or the like the outfield. You can see like little MLB Network advertisements and stuff like that. Like they have some of their shows that they advertise on MLB Network are in this game. You can see RBIGame.com, #playball, which they've got like a little play ball, little program that they put in every year, and which is also kind of funny. Like the previous 2 years, they've actually been like a video built into the game, but now when you hit the play ball to like watch the video, it just opens the PS4 web browser to the website to watch it. I just kind of find funny. But yeah, this game it's a pretty big step back. I don't know. The game came out March 28th, I believe. I don't know if they were just trying to get it out before opening day. I didn't know if they were just trying to get it out the same time as MLB The Show comes out. I am not sure. But, in every year it seems like the game could use just a little more polish. Which I think they do update it, but, by that time it might be even too late. But even like right now, with the game, you basically just have your exhibition mode. You can play local co-op, even though it doesn't tell you in the menu that you can play local co-op. I did mention, I think on Collin and Curtis in the morning, that the game did not have local co-op. That is actually my mistake. When I went back to old MLB, old RBI baseball games, it kind of says on the exhibition, like, hey, player 2, press start. And I went into this one, and there was no option that says player 2, press start. But if you just get your second controller and you press start anyways, your local guy drops in as well. So, so it does work. The thing I would probably say that I gravitate towards RBI baseball games more than MLB The Show is just how quick the games move. And I know the game isn't perfect, but of course, no game is. But this kind of seems a little too far on the spectrum. And I have not played the retro mode on on MLB The Show. That was a bad swing. But I've heard it's all right. Again, like pitching, you only have like 2 types of pitches. You basically have a fastball, you can press down and X on the analog stick, and you also have like a little swervy ball that sometimes goes into the dirt, and that's just up and X. If you throw like a fastball, I think you can do it with the like curveball as well. You can also angle the pitch after you've thrown it. So I don't think I hit a home run in this game, but I did get a hold of that one a little bit, but he's gonna catch it. Yeah, try to stretch this into try to tag up. Yeah, it doesn't work out too well. But again, for hitting, you basically just X to swing, circle to bunt. There isn't any power swing or anything. I think like MLB The Show's got like press square for a power swing, X for contact. It might have changed since I last played, but that's pretty much it. Again, the only real appeal for RBI Baseball is just how quick you can get through games. And with the, I suppose, online multiplayer coming soon, see, like, come on, like, why does my guy just stop? I don't know. It's just little things like that. Yeah, it's fine. You can get through games pretty quick, but again, even when online multiplayer comes out, it might be even too late that I don't know if anyone's going to care. And I'm really kind of curious to see how the online mode does when it launches, because I do not recall the previous 2 online modes to be anything spectacular. I did play with a PSNStores editor once. I think it was RBI, might have been 15 or 16. But it was an all right game. A lot of I mean, it was, the game was okay, but the actual game wasn't doing too well. Had good amount of like stutters and stuff. And I think the other editor was run ruling, or it wasn't run ruling me, but just beat me pretty handily. It was like the 4th inning or something. He hit a home run, and the game just completely froze on us. So that's pretty much the extent of my online experience with this game. I do believe last year I was able to get a couple games online, but again, there's not really that many people online. I think there was a leaderboard, but there was only just a handful of people that were there online, actually. Got another base hit. Hold the runners. Again, I usually do okay, I guess, against the computer. I'm not great on medium difficulty. I would suggest playing on medium. I just guess I had a good game with this. I have tried easy just to see how it is. I haven't tried hard yet because I just kind of assumed. But I've tried easy, and it's pretty much just like home run derby. When you're playing it on easy, you're just basically going to be run ruling opponents every single game. So if you want a decent challenge, definitely just leave it on the medium difficulty. The classic and like standard, or like it's like classic and assisted, I think. Fielding controls are back. So basically, I've always liked to put them on assisted. So let's say Duffy hits a ball in the outfield. He will automatically, my outfielder right there is automatically running to the ball. And once I pick up the ball, then I actually get control over that character. I prefer it that way because there's a lot of times the ball gets popped up in the air, and the little yellow circle that surrounds the ball doesn't do the greatest job of describing like where the ball is going to land. Like you're just, again, trying to guess, and it just leaves to the ball just, you're going to miss some. But again, these assisted fielders know exactly where the ball's going to land, and they just get right under it and catch it. So I usually just play with that because it gets pretty frustrating using non-assisted. The AI isn't great. I'm just kind of thinking about that again. Just with simple things, like there'll be times that a guy just misses that, and other times he'll get it. I was playing a game yesterday where I was getting ready to do a double play, doing second and first. I was getting ready to turn a double play, and I think the ball was hit to the third baseman, threw it to second, and the second baseman literally just ran off second base and caught the ball. Like, it wasn't like it was a wide throw or whatever. Like, he literally just kind of like caught the ball and ran off the base. And I was like, why are you doing that? And I saw it happen to the computer as well. It was just another problem that I've just recently come into. Like that, guy probably should have had that ball, but just doesn't grab it. And sometimes that just leads to runs. Leads to innings continuing, and it's just frustrating. I don't really recall that happening in the previous year's games, so I don't know what's necessarily happening. I think the game at least runs better. Like, I haven't really noticed any like frame rate drops or too many like visual glitches, but the AI is not the smartest, but it's still sometimes better than the assisted, but in certain situations it might be better to just have the assisted fielding on. Game does have a little small touches, like when I started the season, the grass on the baseline said opening week or opening day, just kind of like how you'd find at Major League ballparks on opening day. Which is a little nice touch. They're not just copy thing. It's just like a nice touch that they added. That's kind of weird there. But yeah, UI. Look, I even re-downloaded RBI 16 just to try it out, and it's other than the opening, basically other than the opening menu, and other than probably a different schedule. You know, like this is actually part of like this year's schedule other than, you know, last year's schedule, and other than roster updates and no online multiplayer at the moment, there's not much different in this year's game. Chimes are still pretty much the same. Got that little organ playing. I do believe there is a part coming up that I think the game, well, I thought the game froze on me. And I think it's ended up like when I get like bases loaded or I got first and second or something. It's right when I drive in a couple runs. I think it's to the bottom of this inning. And I really thought the game froze on me. But then, because, you know, the players stand still, the ball's kind of dead. And just nobody moves. Or, you know, and usually like when no one's advancing. I got him out at third. But usually when, you know, when the ball isn't advancing, or nobody's advancing runner-wise, and everybody's just kind of, you know, the play is dead, I guess, that's when it goes back to the pitching and hitting part. But I noticed there was just a part where the fielder just holds the ball. And I thought the game froze on me because literally no one was moving. But I did try to, like, send a runner, and then eventually I ran him back to second. But then it worked. And just feels like every game you're just going to encounter some new problem that you just haven't encountered before, and which is kind of upsetting. And it's over his head. And yeah, I think I tried to go to third. I think I'm barely safe. Yeah, I got there. And I do believe coming up, I believe I get plunked a few times. Again, you just crouch to the plate. They're going to hit you a good amount of times. So there's an RBI eSports strat for y'all. Just crowd the plate. They'll hit you eventually. Yep, there's a plunk, and I do believe Christian Yelich gets plunked here too. Yep, there's another one. Happens a lot more in games. But yeah, pretty much every time I get up to bat, I just crowd the plate. Yeah, this is a real big drive by Stanton. But doesn't go very far. Yeah, this is it, where the game just stops on me, and I thought maybe the game froze. I wasn't sure, but then, you know, nothing happens. But then I moved my character from second. And you'll see here in a sec. And I start running him, and then they just throw it to third, and I go back to second. And there it works. There we're good. I don't believe it's this inning that I run rule. I think it's next inning. But yeah, there is a 10-run rule. I don't know if it must be after 5. I don't know the exact like inning, but I do know it's like 10 innings. But it might be after 5 innings that it's a run rule. I'm not entirely sure. But again, it's pretty easy to run rule opponents in easy. So if you just want to take batting practice all day, you can play it on easy, have some fun. Which I kind of appreciate that's there. I have not played on hard, but I assume... Oh, that's close. I assume hard is pretty tough. There is a trophy in the trophy list. The game does not have a platinum. None of the RBI games, I believe, this far has had a platinum. But there is a trophy for winning 3 games on hard against the opponent, or against the CPU on hard. There's other trophies for like hitting a grand slam. I think, yeah, I get a trophy for this for run ruling the opponent. You can't do it on easy, so there's just that. And then there's just some other trophies that are just, you're not gonna get it unless you have some real dedication to the game. I don't know if it's like winning a triple crown, but it's basically like getting like being like the league leader in RBIs, home runs, and batting average or something like that at the end of a season. And of course, the lowest amount of season you can play is, I think, 52, 56 games. You can do a full 162, but, you know, that's going to be a lot of baseball. And plus, you can't sim any. You can sim games in the season, but to get that trophy, I don't believe you can sim any games. So even when I did sim a game just to kind of try it out this year, it did tell me that this will affect trophies. So you have to play every single game of the season if you want to get to those trophies. So it's going to be a lot of dedication to RBI Baseball. I mean, that's rough. Like, having only 2 runs on 12 hits. It's a lot of hits and not a lot of scoring. Leaving a lot of people on base. And getting thrown out at third and second a good amount of times.
Strike.
Woof. And a mighty swing. And they're going to change some pitchers. I could see... Yeah, there's another plunk. See if he hits. Did he hit him? No. I could see... Oh my gosh. There's another one. What is that? 5 on the game? 6 on the game? I'm not sure. I could... I guess, like, so I like to wear down pitchers a lot in baseball games that I play. When you play only like 52, 56 game season, it's pretty hard to do because you're only facing those pitchers, like, you know, one time in a series. So instead of playing like a 3-game series, you only play them once. Which I really like to wear down pitchers, but of course, if you play a 3-game series, you know, you might be able to wear down the entire bullpen. But when you only play one game in a series, it's pretty hard to wear down a pitching crew. So only one more run, and I've got this in the bag. So that probably should have hit me. I guess maybe it hit the ground. I guess I don't know. I think I go second to third on this too. I think Yelich comes through with the game-winning single. And there it is. Send the guy from third to home manually because he doesn't do that automatically. And the ball's just frozen in air. And there's Beatdown City. I have beat the Tampa Bay Rays. And my record is now 5-4 on the season. Just little stats afterwards. Shows you your duration of the game, what day it was. I'm recording this on April 9th, so it's actually the season game, not the in-game time. I give you a little bit of hints. I don't remember if the last game did that. But they talk about, like, if you put in a pinch hitter, he'll do better at his first at bat. You know, stuff like that. But that's about it for RBI Baseball. I just kind of looked through the standings, maybe through the league leaders again. There's your 3 divisions in the National League. There's your 3 divisions in the American League coming up. Yeah. I'm not thrilled with this year's RBI Baseball. I think it's a pretty big step back. Who knows? Maybe the online mode comes out and it's the greatest thing we've ever seen. But more than likely, it's probably not. The only thing I could recommend the online play is for if you're just going to do it with, you know, if you and a friend are buying the game. I would not buy it expecting other people to be online and playing against random people online. But that's about it. Thank you for checking out RBI Baseball 2017. Review forthcoming on PSNStores.com. And until then, we'll see you next time.